Hey everyone, Tim Cruz with Cruz Reviews. What's your name?
Felicia.
I always forget, because you're so,
Forgettable?
Look at you, radiant. Look at you. You're like radiance of the seas. Is that what ship we're on?
No, we're on the Grandeur of the seas.
Grandeur.
Yeah.
Is it grand?
It is very grand.
Is it grander than all the other ships?
I don't know that I'd go that far.
Tell me what you know about Grandeur of the Seas while I enjoy my Bloody Mary.
It is the oldest sailing ship in the Royal Caribbean Fleet.
Oldest? What year did it set sail?
1996.
Wow.
Wow, right?
Is it bigger than all the ships because it's Grandeur?
No, it's the smallest of the ships.
Really?
It's in the smallest class. It's actually in the Vision class.
Really?
Yes.
What other ships are in Vision class?
Let's see here. We picked up a cheat sheet just a minute ago. Rhapsody, Enchantment, and Vision.
So pretty much the bottom of the barrel Royal Caribbean ships. That's what these are, right?
It is the smallest ship, but I got to tell you, it's been great. We were concerned about the movement of the ship. We haven't had one lick of problems with it.
It actually has been surprisingly smooth. And there is a hurricane that just passed by. What hurricane was that?
Hurricane Lee is out near San Juan.
It's like a Cat 5 right now.
Yeah.
It should be blowing up waves. And we see a little white caps. We saw white caps on the left, and it wasn't bad at all, right?
No, not bad at all. Not bad at all.
There is something to be said about the oldest ship. I think the crew, let's talk about the crew first. I think they take pride in this being the oldest ship.
Exceptional service.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Some of the best you've ever had?
It is actually some of the best.
You know, we've met a lot of other cruisers who do this a lot of plutonium level. What do they call that here?
I forget.
What's the top one?
It's not platinum.
It's super platinum, diamond, elite, and then there's Pinnacle.
Pinnacle.
Yeah, so we had a lot of Pinnacle, and the Pinnacle cruisers tend to like the older, smaller ships for a couple of reasons. Number one, they don't get lost because they're a little older and they could barely walk. Number two, they say that the service is better.
Service has been great.
Number three, you don't have to walk as far to get to your destination.
It's all kind of right here. It's not been that bad.
So our room is in the 4th level, just behind, they call it, it's not really a, it's more of an atrium than
They call it the Centrum.
Than a concourse or a area.
Promenade?
So promenade, so the word, thank you. So our room is just right behind that. We have an inside room, and I'll tell you about that. We'll give you a whole room tour, too. It's ridiculous. We haven't done an inside room since 1996, I think. And what do you think of our location of our room?
It's perfect, actually. It's kind of really close to the center of everything.
One way we're in the Centrum.
Yeah.
The other way we're right at the elevator bank that goes right up to the Windjammer.
That's right.
That's probably the most important stuff. In the dining room, everything's just centrally located.
Yep.
It's amazing how little you have to walk on here. So I can see how you could gain a lot of weight living on this ship.
True.
Now, there's not a lot of sports stuff. There's no basketball court here? No,
there's shuffleboard.
Did you like the mini golf? How fast did you finish mini golf?
The one strip?
Yeah, it was one hole?
Yeah.
I don't know, about 6 minutes?
Yeah.
It's a par 9. They take into account the experience.
They have they have shuffleboard, they have a foosball table, they have the one hole golf. This is not a big area. It's very small. I mean, this really isn't the...
They didn't build it for that back then.
This isn't the ship that you're going to bring your kids on and they're just going to go crazy because there's water slides and all that stuff. This is not the ship.
I think
for
kids
that.
would hate this ship. There's a couple of pools out there, but one of them's in the solarium and they're very small. There's no slides. I mean, there's really no kid area, no sprinklers. There's really nothing for kids to do.
There's a few kids on the ship, but there's really not that many on this ship.
Well, it is September. School just started, so they're not pulling kids out of school. But I think that's another reason that the experienced cruisers come on these ships is because they attract less children.
I agree.
So if you don't like boogie eaters, this is the place to be, right? Is that what you would tell people?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Let's talk about the most important thing, the food. How have you found the food on this cruise?
Food's been good. It's cruise food. I mean, I haven't had a problem with it. We've eaten
It's cruise food.
It's cruise food, right? I mean, it's not mom's home cooked food, but it's good. And we've been to the Windjammer, we've been to the Park Cafe, we've been to the main dining room, we've done 2 specialty restaurants, Chops and Azumi's, and it's been great.
I'm surprised to see there are Chops and Azumi here. And Azumi isn't doesn't have the hibachi tables. They just don't have the space or infrastructure for it, but they do have the cooked meals, or it's more of the sushi side of Azumi.
Right.
And it was pretty good.
It was very good.
It was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
There was a couple up there from New Jersey who nearly got into a fist fight last night. That's always fun.
That was entertaining.
I couldn't tell if that was his sister, his ex-wife, because they were getting along great, and he's like boasting
They were
and being
really getting along great.
He's
for
like,
a minute.
Jersey people talk really loud, and he's just really boisterous. And he's and she's like, toward the end, he's like, "Shut up, just shut up." I'm like, "Whoop, time to go, Felicia."
And we kind of hurried out of there.
Yeah, we
did.
kind of
Yeah.
darted out. Hey, you brought Emma with you, I see.
Oh, I love to bring Emma with me.
All right, so the food is cruise food, right? I mean,
Yes.
it's the typical food you're going to get when they cook for thousands of people.
Right.
It's really hard to be specialized and,
Right.
and really do things individual. How about the flavor of the food? What do you think here?
It's been good. It has been.
Is it as bland as MSC cruise food?
Well, it's cruise food. You know.
Yeah. I found it had a little bit more flavor on here.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to use salt on this cruise.
They kind of do themes. So the main dining room one night might be Caribbean. Windjammer follows suit with the same type of food in the Windjammer as well. So it just depends on what you're looking to do.
I have noticed that the variety on this ship is very, very slim. I mean, it's pretty much the same breakfast, the same dinner up there. I mean, they do have slight themes here and there,
Yeah.
but for the most part,
Yeah.
it's mostly your same scrambled eggs or potatoes. Or
Your
what was
breakfast
that
is-
thing I ate this morning?
I don't know what you called it.
Like
It's
cream of wheat,
with
spicy vegetable
Yeah. Weird.
goo. It looked like regurgitated dog puke, to be honest with you. And I tried a little bit, and nearly made her nauseous.
That's nasty, dude.
It wasn't great. Yes, I didn't eat it. I put it back. Like, yeah, I'm not eating it. All right, so we talked about food. Now, how about your inside room? Again, we did actually book it in. You know, we normally do suites, and we wanted to try an inside room for 7 days to see, just to kind of recenter ourselves, because it's been a long time since we have
It
an
has
inside
been
room.
a long time. And the room itself is small.
Yeah.
It's tight along the bed, where the little
You
couch
remember
is.
that? How many bruises do you have in your legs? Yeah.
So it is very small, but it's comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, and I have to say, it has ample storage space.
It does.
In that thing. I mean, we're not stuffing things in. We're
I'm
not.
surprised.
We're not keeping things in the suitcase because there isn't enough room. There is plenty of room in
The only
that.
thing I had a problem with is we have a big suitcase or big Travel Pro
do.
suitcase. There's nowhere to put that.
We did. We tried to put it under the bed, but it kind of elevates one side of the bed.
The beds aren't real high; they're a little lower. here.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's normally two twin beds they've
Yeah.
pushed together to make a
Normally
king
they're
bed.
higher on the newer cruise ships, so
yeah.
you can put
But
stuff
this-
underneath it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's
It's
like
a little awkward.
You're kind of rocking on
Yeah,
it.
it's a little weird.
All right, now the big problem with the inside rooms, with the non-suites. Tell us what it is, Felicia.
It's the bathroom.
What's the problem with the bathroom?
The shower
Is that an issue?
is an issue.
How about you have enough room in there to really barely move? I don't remember that.
I mean, it's pretty small. It's
Yeah.
pretty tight in there. Still lots of storage space for
Yeah.
stuff, but it's pretty small. The shower stall is an old-fashioned shower curtain.
Oh, so I didn't want to touch it. Imagine all the DNA. Because how do you clean those?
I don't know.
You gotta take them down and wash them.
Yeah, you
do you think they do that?
I don't know.
Yeah. Problem. But the rest of the bathroom not terrible. Right?
No, not bad at all. Not bad at all.
I have to say the lighting. They actually are using these old school halogen light bulbs, which I haven't seen in years. It's actually kind of neat to see halogen bulbs because everything's been switched to LED over the past, I guess, decade.
Yeah.
Didn't they just redo this ship a few years ago?
They did.
When
They
was it?
redid this shit. They refurbed it in 2012.
All right, so
it's been a while.
sort of a decade. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's been a little while. So yeah, maybe LED hadn't taken hold. I was really surprised to see this. The light's really yellow in the room.
Yeah, the light in the room is very yellow.
Very
yeah.
dim, kind of yellow.
Yeah.
It's inside room. Now, what are the advantages? We talked to a couple of experienced cruisers. What are the advantages of an inside room?
Well, some people claim that they are cooler. So
I
because there's
agree
no,
with that.
there's no windows to allow
No
heat
thermal.
in, right? So that's nice. It's dark, so people can sleep very well. We've been
Slept
sleeping.
very late. We wake up 11, 12, noon.
We've been,
Look, oh, look, I
we've
thought it
been
was 7
sleeping
o'clock.
very well in this inside room.
Super dark.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's quieter too for some reason because it's just rooms on top of rooms.
Yeah.
Especially where we are, there's nothing on top of us.
Nope, just more rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is very, very quiet because we've had some suites that have been terribly noisy.
Mm-hmm.
You hear people upstairs rolling cards. and
Well, the higher you are, depending on what you have above you, yes.
it's awful. So the inside room not as bad as we thought, with the exception of the bathroom. And I imagine that the inside rooms on the newer ships are going to be even more well appointed.
I would think so.
More modern bathroom facilities.
Right. Probably no shower curtains.
Actually, we're doing an experiment on our next cruise. We're going back on MSC side, and we're doing an inside suite.
We've never
Inside
done
room
that.
Suite.
We have never done that.
So that'll be at the end of this month. I don't know if you're watching this, but it'll be here on our YouTube channel. So make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and comment if you have any ideas or comments about inside rooms, Royal Caribbean old ships. and cruising in general. Always happy to answer questions.
Would you sail again on the Vision class, the oldest class of ships they have?
You know, I don't know that I'd want to do a 7-day, because I started getting squirrely around day 3, to be honest with you. And there's just not a whole lot to do on this ship, you know. Sometimes we'll go play basketball on the bigger ships, or we'll go to the gym, or we'll take advantage of some of the different spaces. But there's only so many places to go on a ship this small.
They do have a spa. They do have a gym on this ship.
Yeah.
And they do offer a lot of trivia.
Oh, God.
Name that tune stuff. They do have the art auctions. They've done that twice now.
It's about to happen.
They're
in a
about
few
to happen
minutes
here as well in a few minutes.
So there's really, I mean, once they close these areas off for trivia or
Right.
art shows, there's, I mean, where do you go?
Right, and the theaters, it's a nice theater. And they have had one show that was exceptional.
Yeah.
And then one night, instead of a show, they actually showed a movie.
They had a juggler here. He was interesting. It wasn't a terrible act.
Oh, it was
I
exceptional.
don't really
It
like
was really
jugglers.
good.
They're kind of hokey, but this guy was pretty
He's
good.
really good.
Native American guy. I told some jokes about some interesting stuff, and which I won't spoil it for you here. I'm not doing spoilers. But the entertainment, I felt it was, even though it's an older ship and it's probably not their A game, I felt it was tight.
It was. It
Well,
was.
it was very, very well directed and well rehearsed and well produced. It just felt like a real show.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of these cruise. I mean, I call it, you've heard me say this on the channel, it's essentially entertainment for old age homes. And I say that with complete seriousness, because that's really what it is. That level.
We walked in here after being in Nassau yesterday. We walked into this one of the big rooms that they have, and they were doing
it's like a jazz thing.
A movie trivia or something. And we looked around. We were sitting in the back, kind of just hiding out.
What was the average age?
The average age was probably 70
no,
plus.
No, it was like 80, dude.
70 plus. Oh my God.
And again, you're going to have the older, more experienced cruisers, the Pinnacles.
And they did not like you talking. They tried to shush us.
They did during what?
During the trivia.
The trivia? Oh,
yeah.
yes, you will be shushed. So if you're trying to have a little bit of fun with your friends, family, if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, forget it. Not going on. If you're in your 60s and still having fun. As Felicia's almost there.
Hey,
so,
now.
You know, she still likes to have a little bit of fun.
Hey, now.
But you can't do that to these old people. Shh. There's a lot of Barbaras, a lot of Nancys, and a lot of Karens. So I'm just giving you that warning. And what are the guy equivalents? Ken's and Ken. I have a thing with Ken. Ken's, Bob's, and Jeffrey's, I would say. Right? Wouldn't you say that? So they're all here on the older ships.
Yeah.
All in all, it's not bad. It's a good experience if you just want to get away. I don't think they have short cruises on these, do they?
I don't know the
These are
answer.
7
I don't.
days?
I think they do have short cruises.
Do they?
I think they do.
I think,
Yeah.
again, 7 days probably a little too much on something this small if you're an active person. I mean, if you're like Bob and Nancy sitting over there playing cards, I don't know why you would take a cruise to play cards. Why?
They just want to get away.
How about the bar service here?
Excellent.
They have been on
Excellent.
point.
They have been
Do
on
you have to
point.
wait for a long time anywhere?
Not really. The first day, always, no matter what ship you're on, the first day is going to be very busy. But after that, no, they get you order once and they kind of know you.
They remember
They
your
really
names.
are very good at
They
that.
can do that on a
Yeah.
smaller ship too,
Yeah.
and that was very impressive.
Now, on a smaller ship like this, I think there's only one bar open now. It's morning time.
Yeah.
I think there's only one bar open. They'll open all of them up later, but
The Windjammer. Talk about that for a second. Windjammer is kind of small. It's in the front of the ship.
that's right. It is.
So it's a little different. Again, it's smaller, so I guess you can't have that kind of variety. And it's hot.
It's
all
hot.
the windows around. It's in the front of the ship. It's constantly
It's
being
very
heated.
warm.
Hard to keep that area
Yeah,
cold.
it is very warm up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is an interesting area, and there's no bar in the Windjammer. You have to go outside. There's a pool bar outside. But
There's
that's
a
the
pool bar outside. That is the closest, and the ice cream machine is outside as well.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
But again, smaller ship, older ship, you have to make those sacrifices. So would I do it again? Probably not, but is it a bad thing for a lot of people? No. I
No.
think you guys, if you're in the right frame of mind and the right age and you just want to chill for a week,
It's a great idea.
have some great service, this is a great ship.
Yep. Agreed.
I came into this thing thinking oldest ship, small ship. I came in with memories of some of our earliest cruises.
Right. We were very concerned about the rocking of the boat.
We thought it was going to be rugged.
Yeah.
It's amazingly smooth.
Very
I
nice.
used to use a patch. Remember back
Right.
in the days?
Yep. And
We've had
I made sure to remind you 3 times to bring those patches because I
scared
was
to do-
nervous.
There's been like, I
been
don't know
fine.
if this ship has stabilizers. I don't know. We didn't take the tour of this thing.
No,
It
we did
wasn't
not.
worth it. But it's been great. There's been a little bit of movement when the seas were choppy,
Yeah.
but nothing that really bothered me to a point where I was uncomfortable.
No, and neither one of us had to put a patch on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, it's been easy.
So yeah, 2 thumbs up. Grandeur of Seas. It's a good ship, and for the right person, for the right situation, I think you would really thoroughly enjoy it.
I agree.
All right.
Yep.
Our next cruise is again MSC. We're doing seaside. We're going to do an inside suite. We do have a couple cruises coming up. We're shifting things around a little bit. We will be on Icon of the Seas on the inaugural sailing January of 2024.
Yep, January 27th.
I think actually that's our next Royal cruise.
It is.
All right, so we're going to go from the oldest, smallest ship to the newest, biggest ship.
How cool is that?
And we'll compare those two. And we'll have all that right here on this channel. Watch our shorts too. They're a hoot too. Subscribe, like, comment, and whatever. My name's Tim Cruz for Cruise Reviews.
I'm Felicia.
We out. We'll see you on the open seas.
Bye, Felicia.